but we starting at West Ham. West Ham against Chelsea on Saturday. I know it's a few days ago, but it was a big game for Graham Potter because away from home, the form had been terrible for Chelsea. I mean, overall, the form had been terrible.
2 wins and 13.
Yeah, and they go to West Ham, not an easy place to be. West Ham a little bit better. And what happened? The first half is actually good for Chelsea.
Amazing. I thought they looked slick. I thought João Felix was amazing. I thought he looked really good, scored a great goal. I thought Enzo in the middle of the park dominated. Declan Rice this morning talking about how good of a performance it was from him. Yeah. And he had to try and problem solve and figure out how good he was and where he was shifting the ball. And then my feeling when I watch Chelsea is they're a nice side to watch, beautiful side to watch at times, as in the first 30 minutes against West Ham. But if you stay in the game and you get to an hour and you're 1-0 down or 1-1, 0-0, they're not a ruthless side under Graham Potter. I think they're an easy side. I think they're a good side to watch. They're easy on the eye, but they should have put West Ham away in the first half an hour of the game. They didn't, and then they paid the price. Yeah,
I agree with you. I mean, great goal by João Felix.
Beautiful finish.
First one coming back from the suspension. The ball from Enzo is
even the finish, you know, if any kids watching the finish, it was an instep finish, but right the last second, he just opened up the ankle just to guide it into the corner.
He's he's a beautiful player.
He's a lovely player. I love him.
When he's like that, so in that first half hour, let's say first half, with the ball, everything, the elegance, going forwards, the vision, the passing. There's a couple of times. There's one time where he could put Mudryk through and he keeps the ball a little bit too much, maybe.
It's a mystery, really, why, when you look back on his career, why he signed for someone like Simeone. With his style.
Who told him it was a good idea?
I've got no idea. I've been tweeting Jules constantly about João Felix. I'm a massive fan.
Yeah.
And I've always thought if he was under the likes of Pep, I think Pep would turn him into the world's best. Yeah. I think he's amazing.
I know. I agree with you. But they let West Ham come back into the game. That goal that Emerson score, that a team like Chelsea should not, from the ball from the right hand side with the cross ends up with the left wing back.
Yeah. I thought Bowen was the problem for them. In that scenario, I remember watching the game unfold, and Jared Bowen had made a run down the right-hand side and he didn't get the ball. And he sort of ended up standing still, but he stood still for an age. Yeah. And I thought Enzo Fernandez in front of him and Badiashile behind him, there was no sort of communication between the two. He was the one that then flicked it on and then Emerson ran the far post, got the tap in. But it was a good recovery from West Ham.
But after that, from Chelsea, the second half? I don't know. Do you think physically they're not up for it? Do you think that mentally, when they get pegged back like that, and like you said before, under pressure, they're not ruthless enough?
I want to see who's the one in that team, Jules, or the 2 or 3 in that team that's ruthless enough to go and get goals. Because even though I'm a massive João Felix fan, the contradiction is he's never had more than 10 assists a season. No, he's true. Never had more than 10 goals a season. Yeah. So it's not a slight on him. It just tells you that his output is not quite there. Yeah. Havertz doesn't convince me as a number 9. No. Fantastic footballer.
But we go back to what we said a bit the other day. So you've got a lot of new players and young players. Mudryk is young and this is all new to him.
Very raw.
Felix, Madueke is young and raw as well. This is all new to him. Enzo is young and this is even if he's got the potential to be, one of the best in the world and a proper leader, but this is all new to him. Yeah. You go to a place like West Ham and they go back to 1-1 and you've got Antonio and Soucek and Rice and all that physicality as well as the atmosphere and everything. And maybe it's almost like they're ready for that team. Thiago Silva really is the only one. Badiashile is young at the back.
Who's done really well, by the way.
Yeah, and Reece James and then Chilwell coming back. Reece James look good. But then maybe they don't have enough now to respond to teams like that.
Maybe if you look a little bit deeper, maybe if you scratch the surface, it's a Graham Potter Chelsea side that's playing the same way as his Brighton side did, who weren't particularly ruthless. Their XG, all of the time, every time you watch the Brighton side, was quite high and they didn't get the goals. It's almost like, I think, Chelsea, they want to play, or Graham Potter wants to play the perfect game. And they want to play the perfect game, control the game, look easy on the eye, play nice football, win 1 or 2-0. Premier League doesn't work like that. You've got to be ruthless. You've got to stick teams away. We've all seen the movie before when you don't take your chances and you win them 1-0 and you give up chances. We've seen the movie where someone will get back in the game. Yeah. And that's what's happened to them.
VAR had a shocking weekend, of course, especially Saturday. It started with this game. So first call is the offside on the Soucek goal, which is fine. Rice, Soucek, etc. However, the handball.
He only dives on the ball, doesn't he?
So Soucek is a shot by Gallagher, I think it is, and it's not even that powerful.
No.
And then Soucek goes to ground and clearly makes a move with and makes a move with his arm towards the ball to kind of slow it down, and then it's easy for Fabianski.
It's one of the easiest.
How?
I don't know, Jules. I've got no excuse how they've not give that as a penalty. And the excuse that they've give is they thought Tomas Soucek was breaking his fall. So as in he was falling down, and then he put his hand to sort of protect it.
I mean, come on.
He's dived on it. I mean, like, if Tomas Soucek is standing up and Gallagher takes the shot and it hits him on the arm and he's a little bit, you might say, oh, he's unlucky, or his arm was close, or he's dived on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done Fabianski's job for him.
I don't know.
It's a penalty.
That was terrible. That was a penalty every day. That could have changed the end of the game, maybe.
Definitely.
Or not.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.